Did you know that, as you watch this video, around 38 older adults will be hospitalized due to falls related to muscle mass loss? This alarming statistic reveals a silent enemy that threatens the independence of millions: the progressive loss of muscle. Even if you feel healthy today, an invisible battle is happening within your body. Starting at age 60, we can lose up to 33% of our muscle mass, often without pain, without warnings, and without obvious symptoms. This condition, known as sarcopenia, is the main reason why 87% of older adults end up in care homes, away from their families, their freedom, and their quality of life. But here comes the good news. You can stop this process and even reverse it. Research from the prestigious Harvard Medical School has identified specific foods that can regenerate muscles even at 70 or 80 years old. If you want to protect your strength, your autonomy, and take care of those you love, stay with me until the end. Today, you will discover the 7 best foods, backed by science, to rebuild your muscles and fortify your health. Before starting, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. This way you help us bring this vital information to many more people. And tell me in the comments, have you noticed a loss of strength over the years? I'd love to read about your experience. Now, let's understand why your body might be betraying you without you noticing. The invisible danger. Why you are losing muscle without noticing. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that simple tasks, like getting up from a chair or climbing stairs, now require enormous effort. It didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, silent deterioration that began years ago without you even noticing. This is not an exaggeration. Sarcopenia starts stealing our muscle mass from age 30, but it accelerates dangerously after 60. And the most alarming thing is that there are no visible signs at first. It doesn't hurt. There's no inflammation, no fever. Simply, little by little, muscles weaken and lose their ability to protect your bones, support your body, and give you independence. According to recent studies, a person can lose between 3% and 8% of their muscle mass per decade after age 30, and this number skyrockets after 60. This means, without realizing it, your body may be becoming more fragile and vulnerable each day. Do you know the most feared outcome? Falls, serious fractures, hospitalizations, and in many cases, the definitive loss of autonomy. That's why it's vital to act before the signs are evident. Prevention starts now, with what you eat, with how you care for your muscles every day. And the good news is that there are foods that have been scientifically shown to slow down and reverse this muscle loss. Let's discover what they are. The silent threat that can steal your independence. Sarcopenia is not just a technical word. It's a devastating reality that affects millions of older adults every year, often without them knowing what's really happening inside their bodies. But what exactly is sarcopenia? It is the progressive loss of muscle mass, strength, and physical function. And it is not an inevitable consequence of age. It is the result of a lack of stimulation and adequate nutrition for the muscles. Researchers point out that 87% of admissions to care homes are related, directly or indirectly, to the consequences of this muscle loss. Can you imagine what that means? It means that, in many, many cases, what steals a loved one's freedom is not old age itself, but a process that could have been prevented. And the most worrying thing is that sarcopenia advances in silence. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cause fever. It doesn't generate obvious alarms. The person continues their life, unaware that each week, each month, their strength is eroding away. Until one day, without prior warning, a fall, a stumble, or simply not being able to get up from an armchair marks a point of no return. What causes sarcopenia? The natural decrease in hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, a diet poor in high-quality protein, a sedentary lifestyle, silent chronic inflammation in the body. But now comes the most important part. We are not condemned. With the right foods, the right exercise, and small daily changes, we can strengthen our muscles and regain vitality. Next, I'll show you the most powerful foods to achieve this, and I'll tell you now, many of them are probably not in your kitchen yet. The power of food. How nutrition can rebuild your muscles. When we think of strong muscles, many people imagine intense gym workouts. And yes, physical activity is crucial. But there's something even more fundamental: the right nutrition. Imagine trying to build a house without bricks. The same thing happens with your muscles. Without the right nutrients, they cannot repair or strengthen themselves, no matter how much you exercise. Science is clear. Certain foods contain specific compounds that not only stop muscle loss, but even stimulate the growth of new muscle fibers. And we are not talking about expensive supplements or medications. We are talking about natural foods that you can include in your daily diet. What you eat every day can be your best defense against sarcopenia. A diet rich in high-quality protein, essential fatty acids, vitamins like D, and minerals like magnesium and zinc activates the internal mechanisms of muscle regeneration. Furthermore, natural anti-inflammatory foods help protect your muscles from another silent enemy, chronic inflammation, which wears down muscle tissues over time. In the next chapters, we are going to explore the 7 most effective foods, backed by scientific studies, that you must incorporate if you want to preserve your strength, your independence, and your quality of life. And believe me, some of them will surprise you. Shall we continue now with the chapter? Greek yogurt, the nighttime secret to strengthening your muscles? It may seem like a simple food, but Greek yogurt is a true nutritional treasure, especially for those looking to protect and rebuild their muscle mass as they age. What makes it so special? Unlike traditional yogurt, Greek yogurt undergoes a filtering process that concentrates its protein content. Just one 170-gram serving contains between 15 and 20 grams of high-quality protein, ideal for feeding and repairing muscles. But here comes the real secret. Greek yogurt is rich in casein, a protein that digests slowly over several hours. This means that, by consuming it, especially before sleeping, your body receives a constant supply of amino acids throughout the night, right when muscle breakdown often accelerates. Additionally, Greek yogurt provides other fundamental nutrients: calcium, vitamin D, and phosphorus, essential not only for maintaining strong bones, but also for proper muscle function. Probiotics, which strengthen gut health, improve nutrient absorption, and help control chronic inflammation, another enemy of your muscles. How to incorporate it effectively? Always choose natural, whole, unsweetened Greek yogurt. You can pair it with red berries, nuts, or a touch of honey to further boost its benefits. Try to consume it 3 to 4 times a week, especially at night, to maximize muscle protection while you sleep. A small change in your routine can make a huge difference in your strength and vitality. Now, the natural shield against muscle loss. When we talk about foods to protect muscles, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are true champions. These fish are not only an excellent source of complete protein, about 20 grams per 110-gram serving, but also contain something even more powerful: omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. And why are omega-3s so important? These essential fatty acids reduce chronic inflammation, which accelerates muscle breakdown as we age, improve the sensitivity of muscles to the stimulus of exercise and protein, making even a smaller amount of ingested protein more effective in stimulating muscle growth. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults who consumed fatty fish twice a week retained significantly more muscle mass over 3 years than those who ate almost no fish. Furthermore, fatty fish are rich in vitamin D, essential for muscle strength and fall prevention. How to make the most of it? Include salmon, sardines, or mackerel in your menu at least twice a week. Prioritize wild-caught fish instead of farmed, as its nutrient profile is usually more favorable. If you cannot consume fish regularly, a high-quality fish oil supplement can be an alternative. But natural food is always preferable. A simple, delicious, and deeply protective habit for your muscle health and longevity. For years, eggs were unfairly demonized for fear of cholesterol. Today, science is clear. The whole egg is one of the most powerful foods to preserve and rebuild muscle mass, especially in older age. A single large egg provides approximately 6 grams of very high-quality protein. And most importantly, almost half of that protein is in the yolk, along with essential nutrients that many people ignore. Choline, fundamental for muscle and nerve function. Vitamin D, which helps strengthen muscles and bones. Leucine, a key amino acid that directly stimulates muscle growth, even in older people, where this natural process is already more slowed down. A study from the University of Illinois showed that consuming whole eggs after exercise increased muscle synthesis by 40% more than consuming only egg whites, even when the total protein amount was the same. The conclusion: the whole egg is irreplaceable. And what about cholesterol? Current research indicates that consuming up to 7 eggs a week does not increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases in healthy people. In fact, it can even improve blood lipid profile. How to integrate them into your daily routine. Eat 1 or 2 whole eggs per day, especially at breakfast, when the body needs high-quality protein after the overnight fast. Boiled eggs are a practical and portable option, ideal as a snack or light meal. A humble, affordable, and absolutely essential food for maintaining your independence and vitality. Now the small warriors in muscle protection. Although often considered just a healthy snack, nuts, almonds, and seeds are true muscle protectors in the diet of any older adult. Why are they so valuable? Although their protein content is not as high as that of animal-based foods, their unique combination of nutrients gives them a special power to preserve muscle mass. High-quality plant protein, magnesium, fundamental for muscle contraction and energy production. Magnesium deficiency, very common in older adults, accelerates muscle mass loss and promotes the appearance of cramps. Plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, especially in walnuts, which help combat chronic inflammation. Zinc, abundant in pumpkin seeds, essential for maintaining optimal testosterone levels and promoting muscle recovery. Vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects muscle cells from oxidative damage that accumulates with age. A study from the Tufts University Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging found that older adults with higher levels of vitamin E in their blood had significantly slower muscle loss over the years. How to make the most of these natural allies? Consume a small handful, 30 to 60 grams, of nuts or seeds per day. Choose unsalted versions, especially if you have hypertension or fluid retention. You can carry them in bags or small containers to avoid excess, as they are very caloric foods. Combine them with yogurt, fruit, or salads to enhance their effect. Small in size, but giants in benefits for your muscles and vitality. Often underestimated. Legumes, like black beans, lentils, and chickpeas, are true nutritional gems for preserving muscle mass in older age. Where does their power lie? They provide high-quality plant protein, approximately 15 grams of protein per cup of cooked legumes. They are rich in fiber that stabilizes blood sugar levels, avoiding insulin spikes that, in the long term, can promote muscle deterioration. They contain potassium, magnesium, and iron, crucial minerals for optimal muscle function and energy production. Furthermore, the prebiotic fiber they contain feeds beneficial gut bacteria, reducing chronic inflammation, one of the great silent enemies of muscles. A study from the Tufts University Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging showed that older adults who included legumes in their diet at least 3 times a week retained significantly more muscle mass over 5 years, compared to those who ate almost none. How to easily introduce them into your diet. Start with small portions and increase gradually to allow your digestive system to adapt. Soak legumes before cooking them to reduce gas and improve their digestibility. Opt for low-sodium versions if you use canned legumes, and rinse them well before consuming them. A source of strength, endurance, and health that has been in our kitchens for centuries, but many forget to take advantage of. Number 6. Leafy greens, the hidden energy in salads. It might surprise you, but leafy green vegetables like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard play a fundamental role in muscle protection and strengthening, especially in older age. What is this powerful effect due to? These green leaves are rich in natural nitrates, compounds that in our body are converted into nitric oxide, a molecule that improves blood circulation, facilitating the transport of oxygen and nutrients to the muscles, accelerates the elimination of toxins that can damage muscle fibers, boosts physical performance and recovery after exertion. Additionally, leafy greens provide an ideal combination of essential minerals, calcium, not only for bones but also essential for muscle contraction, magnesium, necessary for energy production and to prevent cramps, potassium, which helps maintain fluid balance and proper muscle function. Deficiency of these minerals is very common in older adults and is associated with greater weakness, fatigue, and accelerated muscle mass loss. How to include more leafy greens in your daily life. Add a handful of fresh spinach to your smoothies. Prepare various salads combining kale, arugula, and romaine lettuce. Sauté Swiss chard or spinach with a little extra virgin olive oil to further enhance their benefits. A small gesture, like filling your plate with green every day, can be a great investment in your strength, energy, and autonomy. The extra power. Olive oil and red berries in muscle defense. In addition to the foods we've already covered, there are 2 extra allies that strengthen and protect your muscles in a surprising way. Extra virgin olive oil and red berries like strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries. Extra virgin olive oil is a natural source of oleocanthal, a compound with a potent anti-inflammatory effect. This type of healthy fat reduces chronic inflammation, which wears down muscle tissues over time, improves insulin sensitivity, favoring the growth and preservation of muscle mass, protects hormonal balance, key to maintaining strength and vitality in older age. Including 1 or 2 daily tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in your meals can make a profound difference in your muscle health. On the other hand, red berries, rich in antioxidants like vitamin C and polyphenols, act as a natural shield against oxidative damage that affects muscle cells as we age. Furthermore, strengthen collagen production, reinforcing the structures that support muscles, combat oxidative stress, and help prevent systemic inflammation. Studies have shown that those who consume red berries regularly have better muscle function and a lower risk of falls and fractures in old age. How to easily integrate them. Use extra virgin olive oil in your salads, steamed vegetables, or as a dressing on cold dishes. Add a handful of fresh or frozen red berries to your breakfasts, yogurts, or snacks. Small daily adjustments that, added up, create a huge impact on your strength, agility, and quality of life. Now you know, muscle mass loss is not an inevitable consequence of aging. It is a silent threat, yes, but also a battle you can win if you act in time. Ignoring this problem can cost you something much more valuable than your strength, your independence, your quality of life, your freedom to move, travel, take care of your loved ones. Remember, every small change adds up, and the sooner you start, the greater the long-term benefits will be. Would you like us to prepare a practical menu together for a full week of muscle protection? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you open your eyes about the importance of caring for your muscle mass, don't forget to like it, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to receive more content that protects your health and your family's.